What's up? What's up? This week I'm learning leatherworking. And just to be clear, this is not a tutorial. I don't know anything about leatherworking. I'm just committing the week to learning as much about it as I can. There's way better tutorials out there on how to do stuff, but sometimes it can help to have like a beginner's perspective on how to do things. So as I learn stuff, maybe I'll be able to teach, or whoever's watching, it might be helpful to learn from somebody who's also learning it for the first time. Recording myself, Just realized I don't have a strainer, so I gotta figure out how to drain this pasta. Ravioli. So if you like learning new things, that's what I do. Also, if you're new to the channel, don't go back and watch last week's video. That was just embarrassing. I was busy on the weekend, mostly working here, doing this stuff, but it just feels like I don't have any time to put into like making videos and learning new things. It's almost like if you have a full-time job, there's no time for anything else. I just don't know where I'm supposed to find the time to do things. It just feels like I don't have any time. I don't know where it goes. So this week I started the same way I always do, by watching YouTube. In one of the videos I watched, the guy cut out a template on paper first, so I figured that would be a good idea. So that's what I started with. Got all my measurements set. I was kind of guessing on measurements, mostly copying my old wallet, but also making slight adjustments. And there's just so much information on how to do stuff like this, so I figure I better just start, kind of figure out as I go what I need and kind of how to do things. So I just cut out all my pieces. I had a rough idea of what I wanted, what shape I wanted, so I cut everything out and then started sewing together. I wanted to make a wallet, by the way, if I didn't say that. I thought I could get away with just basic tools and just kind of using what I had, but this is what I've got so far. These are all my pieces, and after cutting everything, that would have been a really thick wallet. So I had to figure out how to make the leather thinner, and I didn't want to order a specialty tool, so I just got a new chisel. This is kind of working better than I thought. This thing's pretty sharp, so I'm gonna try it out and see if I can make the leather any thinner. And it's a lot easier to stitch if the leather doesn't move, so I got some glue for the leather as well, so I can pre-glue it and then stitch it. It does leave more of a fuzzy type finish though, more than it was. I meant to get sandpaper. Well, I thought I had sandpaper and I was gonna go over it again with that, but apparently I don't. So this is just gonna be how it's gonna be, I guess. Didn't come with a brush or anything. What the fuck? Damn it. I put it in the wrong spot. Okay. It said to let it dry until it gets tacky. Alright, so I wanted to make a wallet this week. I started by cutting out all the leather and things, and then when I went to put it together, I realized that this is a lot harder than I thought it was. It's more complicated. You have to think about where and what you're stitching first and make sure you do it in order. Now on this one, I did not do it in the right order. So, yeah. And doing the stitches is so much harder than I thought it would be. It was like excruciatingly slow just to do this tiny little bit. So, I gave up on that. I'm gonna come back and rebuild another wallet now that I know kind of a little bit better the right way to do it. But I want to be able to put more time into it and actually make it nice. So I gave up on that. What I did instead was build this guy. Just a little pocket organizer and a sheath to hold my knife and flashlight. And how I built this is basically I made a template out of cardboard, made sure everything was going to fit together nicely. Then I cut out the leather, and now I have this. I think I'm skipping over a few steps, but that's basically all there is to it. Honestly, it's not that great. If you look closely, the stitches aren't great. I could have done better and really made things tighter so they sit in there a little bit better. You can see glue everywhere. There's a little bit of excess room in here where the knife sits, but this is a finished product, and honestly, I'm pretty happy with it. I will build another one though, because I already know some things that I'm going to change. I'd like to add a clip back here and that type shit. But yeah, I'm just happy that I have a finished product. Not bad for a week's worth of work, if I do say so myself. And it's a pretty cool hobby. I think I'm going to build more stuff. It's kind of practical, I think. Just being able to build your own things, and there's a lot of practical applications. So I would recommend learning leatherworking. It's pretty cool. I would not recommend buying a kit for if you're first getting into it, unless it's like cheap and it kind of comes with whatever you need, but you really don't need much. I really only used these little guys, the punches, for making stitches, the thread and needles, and that's kind of it. A knife, obviously, but yeah. Cool hobby. I guess that's all I have to say. So, that's the video.